A very good morning to one and all here. I find myself very privileged and also honored for being able to, take on this presentation and take you all through the developments that we have made as a part of ITC and whatever the little we have contributed into the field of ICT. So I'm Praneeth Kumar. I'm an assistant manager for sustainable cell at ITC. We constantly innovate solutions, agri solutions in the field of agriculture, be it ICT solutions, etc. I'm accompanied by my couple of team members, Mr. Subbarao, who is very much part of the team for this project Safal, and Mrs. Ananta. She's heading the development of this application. So, well, so we only have 5 minutes. I thought since it was getting late, I'll be given more time. Nevertheless, as they already mentioned, I have only 5 minutes, so let me start off. So our project here is basically Safal. Safal, as it says, it's success. Probably the timing of the project was very good. We were actually on the success path right from its deployment into the fields. So let me talk about the context and then bring out what our project is and how it's benefited people. So the theme of the presentation is completely from the perspective of farmer. We wanted to empower farmers. But we also understand that it's no one-way business. A lot of initiatives that have come up have died down because they did not have sufficient funding and the will to continue so. And why does that happen? Because the private companies, whichever get into this kind of development, do it on a CSR part and then they don't take it forward because they don't really see a benefit from it. This is where we critically addressed, while empowering farmers, we wanted to co-create the value for both business and for the farmers. So this is how I'll take you through probably the problem context, how exactly this solution was needed for, what is the solution, and what is it that we have uniquely done in this case, and what's the impact we have created on the field. So a big question mark, this probably you can visualize a farmer with a lot of anxiety, a lot of excitement, a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of lack of information, wherein when it will rain, what kind of pesticides I need to use, what is the market value going to be, how much should I grow, how should I manage the risk, what is the weather going to be, etc., etc., etc. You name it, it's there, right? So what do we have? So currently, we have definitely a lot of solutions in various domains, in various verticals, addressing specifically this kind of problems, but they lack two main components as we see it. One is the reach is limited. As we already spoke in the morning session by the expert panel, the reach is limited. The scalability of these initiatives is one big question. Because during the pilot stage, they don't really consider the scalability. Let's test it out, let's taste it, and then probably make a product out of it, is what a lot of people think of. And the advisory is generic. In the sense, the vessel is hot, you don't touch it, you'll get hurt. That's the kind of advice a lot of initiatives generally have. So that is where we wanted to move away from. And in an Indian scenario, there's a huge mismatch between the kind of solutions we have and the kind of problems that Indian farmers face, because we have diverse profile farmers, very small and fragmented land holdings, which is a complete misconnect with the solutions that we have. So we say these are not very effective solutions. And what is all this culminating into? Basically, it's disturbing the value capture for both farmer and the businesses, because this particular instance misaligns the produce that the farmer makes to the market needs. Only when there is a sufficient balance will there be a value capture for both of us, right? So this is the specific problem that we wanted to address. By introducing this initiative, we wanted to marry the necessity to the produce. Just a second. Just one minute. Very persuasive or very effective. So the solution will be successful when we believe the solution will be successful only when it is a mutually beneficial solution. So a farmer needs to be the issues need to be addressed are limited reach and lack of customized advisory. How do you get customized advisory? I get a fever, I get diagnosed, and I get suggested for the disease that I am suffering with. rather than a general pill which will help others. So we bring in Project Safal as a solution to precisely to address these issues by co-creating the value for both farmers and the business using a web and mobile technology. It's not just a simple web and mobile interface, it's something more than that. So let me explain you that in detail. So how is this going to affect, or how is this going to help? It's going to help the business to do their extension support very effectively, and also help the businesses with a very good decision support tool. And also when you do a customized advisory for the farmers, well, that's where the nail is hit. He gets real value out of it. So what is the uniqueness? What did we exactly do here? How did we address the issues of scalability? How did we address the issues of customized advisory? And how did we address the issues of limited reach? This is where we brought in a little bundling of technologies which help us to address these things precisely. So what we did is we brought in a tablet-based application for mobile data capture, and then we brought in weather forecast services. We integrated with companies which provide weather forecast services, and then we integrated our system with our companies which provide soil fertility mapping. Soil fertility mapping is very important for you to recommend any nutrition or any other soil improvement, productivity improvement initiatives. And then the real scenario comes out through imagery module that we have, crop images. So this is where we intelligently bundle all the four useful technologies to address the earlier mentioned three issues through Safal. And then we have collaborated with a technology partner which provides us with IVR capability to disseminate the information to tens of thousands of farmers. So this is the value proposition that we are seeing. We have intelligently bundled all these technologies. Since for lack of time, I am not able to dwell into details of these things. But this is where we see that it is valuable for both farmers and for also the businesses. So farmer he's getting a greater awareness of the information, and Project Safal is not just happened in one day, it's actually a journey of more than 2 years. So we started with a project wherein we were actually scheduling calls to the farmers about what kind of things that they need to ensure, what kind of advisory they need. Then we realized that was not customized. Then we realized that there is not really much value captured in that. Then we realized that we need to know more about the farmers. Customer needs to be put in perspective to understand him better. So that's where we brought in Safal for better understanding of the farmer. So this helps also his farmer profitability, because he does not have to run after not very useful solutions or not very useful inputs. And well, as I said, business is always there in the perspective. Business has to be profitable for supporting such kind of initiatives. And that's the very reason this helps the businesses to have a very, very, very strong backward integration, because this helps them to produce what the business needs. So I'm already being shown time. So we have so to just give a quick snapshot. This is what our application looks like. It has modules for the farmer, his ability to grow, his ability to finance his initiatives, etc. His understanding of the area, his understanding of the inputs, and his understanding of the crop growth practices, everything. Everything has been integrated, and then we bring you out Project Safal. So that's where I would like to end. So finally, showcasing what is the impact that we have created. In a span of, this is basically happening in the regions of Andhra and Mysore currently. We intend to take it to a lot more farmers, because ITC as a company has very strong hold on the agri-business. Like we have eucalyptus, we have dealing with a lot of soya, wheat, etc. As you are already aware of, Ashirwad brands, etc. So this, which started in Mysore and Guntur, will now be extended to all these crops. Currently, it addresses around 15,000 farmers and helps in monitoring of 25,000 acres of cropland. This is around 1-year-old project in its current form. So we are innovating a lot more in this, and we would be happy to share your suggestions and your advices for the same. So thank you very much. Thanks for your patience. It was nice interacting with you all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Praneeth. I will entertain the questions at the last, or should we have any question right now? Very quick, sharp questions. No speech.
Okay. So this is probably one of the very difficult questions that gets generally dodged in a lot of forums, because it's very difficult to assess what is the impact that this kind of system has created, because profitability just does not increase like that, right? Cost saving. Okay, thank you.
Good.
I'm fine with it.
No,
Okay.
no. Yeah.
So profitability is not something which just happens overnight. So as we said, we have certain other metrics which we have been using to assess the interest that the farmers are having towards perceiving the solution. So we have something called retention and acceptance levels. If you're aware, there is a solution by Airtel also, which is similar to advisory solution, but their acceptance and retention levels are as low as 15%. Acceptance is basically when you advise a farmer, is he taking a call or not? And retention is to what extent is he holding the call. So when we analyze, we have a consistent workaround for this, for around 70% acceptance, and people who are listening to 100% of the call is more than 50%. So that shows, that also interests us to keep the initiative alive and take it forward.
Okay, any other question? Well, I have a very short question.
Yes.
That you know about the KCC, Kisan
Call Center, yes.
How it is different, which is pan-India. Kisan Call Center is pan-India.
Correct.
And that's having what is called that
Telephone.
1800, toll free. So is it something
So
different?
before,
Is there any differentiator? Quickly, bataiye.
Okay, if I were to tell a differentiator, this product is a lot more superior than Kisan Call Center, because you need diagnostics tool to understand the situation, which Kisan Call Center as such does not have, because the farmer has to call the system and then explain his problems, and then the advice is given back. But in this system, you know the history of the farmer. In this system, you know the developments that are happening on the farm, which helps us to serve even better as a model.
So there is a registration process.
Yes.
Okay, I understand. Abhishek, can I invite you? Can you comment? He's ED of FCI, so
We'll
they
be
will
glad to
write
interact
him.
with you even after the session. Thanks.
Good initiative. Still say early days.
Yes.
Scale it up, and when you scale up, then the real challenges come in.
Correct.
Any language interface? Is it like what you showed in the slides, or do you have interface with Telugu or Kannada?
Yes. So what happens is, it works through a network of staff. The field staff are the people who collect the data from the farmers. They are pretty well understand English, text, and also they can feed in the data. But when the communication is being sent back to the farmer, it happens through in their vernacular language, like Telugu and Kannada. That makes it even more impressive.
Okay, let us join hands for. I do not
Thank
know
you very
whether
much.
we are a winner or not in the evening, but anyway.